Hey guys, it's Shane, the teen librarian here at the Bengal Public Library, and we are doing our teen Crafternoon. And today, since we're pretty much getting into the thick of fall, we're actually getting closer to winter, I thought we might do a fall craft. So we're going to do a nice little scarecrow, very simple. All it really takes is a little bit of glue, a couple popsicle sticks, and a little bit of paint. So basically, we're going to be making this today. It's got a little string on it, so you can hang it on the wall if you want to, but you don't have to put the string on if you don't want to, if you just want to kind of stand it up somewhere. But this is what we're going to be making. So we're going to show you what's in your packet, just to make sure you have everything. You should have a container of glue. You should have a container of a light brown, almost an orange, a container of dark brown paint, a piece of twine. That will be what we use to hang on the wall if you want to, so if you don't want to, you can get rid of that. You should have 2 pieces of string that are intertwined together. There's 3 or 4 pieces of string on each one. You should have a paintbrush. You should have 10 popsicle sticks, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 1 wide popsicle stick, and that's just going to be as an applicator to put the glue on. So this is very simple to make. We're just going to start by taking 8 of our, let me get some of this stuff out of the way here. So the only thing we really need right now are our popsicle sticks, our glue, and our applicator. Alright, so we've got 8 popsicle sticks, and we are just going to line them up. And we're going to take 1 of the extra popsicle sticks, and we're just going to put a good layer of glue on the back. You want to be a little bit careful, try not to get too much on the sides or the front, but if you do, you can just wipe it off with a wet paper towel. Now might be a good time to say you probably want a wet paper towel and a dry paper towel beside you. That's to just kind of get the glue off yourself, and if you put too much on, you can kind of take it off. Now that we've got this glued, we're going to kind of put it at an angle. We're going to kind of maybe come down an inch from the top, and then just do a diagonal down. And the reason we're doing that is because this is going to become the brim of our scarecrow hat. So we are going to let that set for a minute or 2. We're going to press down for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to let it set for a minute or 2 and let it harden. When that hardens, we will flip it over, and we'll put the hair on and the back brim of the hat. Alright, so once this hardens enough, you can kind of pick it up. It'll still be loose on the bottom, so you want to be careful, but the glue here should hold them all together. We are going to turn it over and set it down. And then we're going to take our 2 pieces of, this is just from a mop head, so it's just that twined cotton. And we're going to put 1 on the glue that's kind of hanging over the edge here on the stick. And you don't want it to come too much above the stick. You want it to be kind of right behind the stick. And then we're going to go ahead and put it on the other side as well. Just kind of give it a push down into that glue. And then we're going to go ahead and glue the other side of our other stick. So the same process. Clear off any excess, because the excess will interfere with the paint when we put the paint on. So you don't want too much excess. A little bit's okay, but too much will interfere with the paint. So then we're going to put this down on the other side, on the back side, but at the same angle as the other one. So basically lay it right on top and push down. So we want to make sure we're really pushing down here. So we're kind of squishing the cotton string and getting it to stick to the back. And I do have a little bit of excess, and that's okay, so I'm going to take my wet paper towel and just kind of go down there. So we're going to hold this down for another 30 seconds, and then we're going to let that set for another minute or two, just to let that glue harden up. And then we will go ahead and paint. Alright, so when it sets up, you'll have a piece that you can kind of pick up. If you need to give this a couple more minutes, go ahead and give this a few minutes. Mine isn't quite dry, I can kind of see sticks moving around, but I'm going to go ahead and keep going. So now we have to paint. So we're going to take our dark brown paint and we're just going to paint the hats. We're going to paint the brim and the top. Alright, so once you get that painted, you can just kind of take your wet paper towel, or if you have a glass of water, you could dunk it in the glass of water as well, but I've got my wet paper towel here. And I'm dry, just going to dry it off a little bit. Alright, so now we are going to put on the eyes and the mouth. So the one thing I didn't put in your packet was a Sharpie or crayon. Any sort of black marker or crayon will work. And we're going to go ahead and color the eyes and the mouth. So I'm going to show you just one way to do it. You can pretty much do anything you want. If you want to make this a scary scarecrow, you can make scary eyes. I'm going to make mine a happy scarecrow. So to do that, you just kind of make an upside down U. And you kind of put an elongated oval there, and that's just going to be like the pupil and the sun hitting off it, giving it a little glint. And then we're going to color it in. And then we're going to do the mouth. So the mouth, again, the mouth is going to dictate, or be dictated by how you want it to look. If you want it to be scary, you want to give it an upturn frown or a line down that's a little more menacing. But where I'm making mine a friendly one, I'm going to put a smiley face on here. And then I'm just going to do kind of backwards C. Alright, so with that done, we could put on our nose. So we're going to go with our light brown, almost orange paint, and then we're just going to do a triangle in the middle of the face, in between the eyes. And that's it for the painting. So this is what you'll end up with. So mine is still very wet. I'm going to let this dry before I go ahead and try to put on my, my string. But before I do anything else, I'm just going to go ahead and unwind the hair just to kind of make it look like the scarecrow has a few pieces of scraggly hair under that hat. So you basically unwind it all. Careful not to get your hands in the paint. Alright, so there is our scarecrow. We're going to let the scarecrow dry completely. This paint is still wet, so I can't even really hold it up for you. Yeah, we'll try it. There we go. Alright, so once that dries, we will go ahead and basically just tie our twine around the hat here, and we'll show you how to do that once it's dry. Okay, once your Scarecrow is dry, the paint's all dry, the glue's all dry, you'll be able to pick them up. They'll be much sturdier, or should be much sturdier. It won't be kind of falling apart. That's when you go ahead and put your twine on. So we'll get this out of the way. And you've got your twine, and you basically go on the inside of the hair. Kind of give yourself enough room to make a double knot. Alright, when I get my double knot on there, I'm just going to go ahead and snip off the excess here. And you are done. So like I said, I think I said, maybe I didn't say earlier, there's enough paint, you could paint both sides, so you just paint the hat on both sides. If you want to do two different faces, you could do that. If you want to do an angry face and a happy face, you can do that. If you want to make one side a snowman, you would just paint the bottom part white before you do all this stuff, and then you would go ahead and do all this stuff after that white paint dries. You could do that as well. But that is your Scarecrow craft. Alright, so that is going to do it for today's episode of Teen Crafternoon. I hope you guys had fun making this. Like I said, you can be as creative as you want. You don't have to do this the way I did it. You can make it angry, you can make it confused, you can make it happy, you can make any kind of way you want. I'm just kind of showing you the baseline of how to get the structure done, and then you kind of take it in any direction you want. And that is it for today, so I thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time.